Hi guys, my name is Desiree at All See in the Barn today. So today we have a lot going on. We have vet day, we have farrier going on. We just got a drop off with the feed delivery going on today. We've got a lot of horses that came in this weekend. Friday we got 18 horses that came in. Crazy, isn't that crazy? And then we also got 10 more on Saturday. All of them are surrounded around here. We have about all of the quarantine that you just saw. They're all new from Texas. They're decompressing. We do have some are in stalls. If you see new stalls in different areas, wooden pens, main barn, mortar barn, they're just decompressing. We also have a pack of mules in the house pens. They don't have names yet, but they're just decompressing. Right now we're starting the new horses that came in on Friday and get them x-rays and get them going with their assessing with the farrier. So that's our plan today. And also we have the big guys getting their feet done as well. Like Brutus, Bailey, Atlas, and Lucy, they're getting their feet done today. So we're hoping they're going good with them.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Lucas here at All Seated in a Barn. We just finished doing a lameness exam on a horse that is ready to get adopted out and made sure he was 100% sound, so he was great to go. And we vaccinated him just to make him smooth because he's going to a great home. We gave him a shot of Legend just to lubricate all his joints, and he is awesome. He was here a year ago. We did a dental on him on the intake and vaccinated him, and then he went off for some training and came back, and everything's a go.
Fletcher back again, all sitting in a barn. I'm currently wrapping up a project in Donkeyville. We actually got these new automatic water feeders that we're trying to do kind of a trial run to see if maybe later down the road we can install them in more of the pens. So we ended up digging a 40-foot trench, laid some new concrete down, and getting ready to do the final touches on that. So hopefully that works out pretty good. Paddock on the south side of the road is almost complete. We were able to move quite a bit of horses over there. The shelter's done for the time being, other than we are gonna add 3 sides to it, and then hopefully get another 2 built on that paddock.
So last weekend was the auction, so we went. We ended up rescuing over 40 horses and donkeys, which is really good. Truthfully, I cannot remember the auction. I block it out the second I leave and focus on the horses that we've rescued and getting them care, and I just kind of compartmentalize, push the auction out of my head. Otherwise, I feel like I would be needing some major therapy 24/7 if I dwelled on that. But we had around 28 horses and donkeys come in from the auction to rehabilitate here with us in California. And we only brought the ones that I felt could make the trip without compromising their health or their well-being. It also helps me heal to help heal them. They're here, we're really excited. We also had some horses come in from quarantine that were ready that are gonna go up for adoption soon. We've got the mom and baby donkey pair back in January who we reunited. We bought the baby and then the Kelpen had bought the mom, so we made sure to get them both to put them back together, and they're here and they'll go up for adoption soon. We've got Aaron, who was a direct ship save. He made it to California, so he'll get assessed by Brian down at his place, and then we'll get him riding under saddle and then work on finding him a home. We have one of my favorites who was from this auction came in, who we decided to name Robin. So Robin's is a 25-year-old paint stud. They were literally tagging and chipping him in front of me, and I had to bring him out here. I wasn't gonna leave him in Texas. He's wonderful. He was a Western Pleasure paint show horse. He's a stud, which is crazy. We can't yell at him because he's too old, but he's the kindest soul. So my hope for him is that we'll get him feeling more sound, because you can see he has some tendon damage. We're talking about actually using him as part of our therapy program here. He is so kind, he's so gentle, he's so respectful, but he's also been through so much. Our hope is that he'll be able to connect with the kids and with the people that are working with him. And his story, of course, is great. Hopefully in this series, you'll see some updates. We've added on a second paddock across the street, which is awesome because we have over 14 acres to work with right now, and we are not even utilizing 20%. In finishing our second paddock, it opens up space, and so we're able to take horses that don't need to be in stalls and put them across the street so they can stretch their legs, they have more room to socialize, roam around. It's awesome. It's so cool to actually look out across the property and see like paddocks of horses. And so we have some quarantine stalls we're gonna start working on next. And those are gonna be big enough to fit essentially 2 horses in each run. So when they come in, they need to quarantine. They're not just in a pen with other horses. There's a lot of these cases that come in that need like custom medications, custom diets, and this will help us only improve our quarantine process here in California when we do intake horses. He looks so grumpy, but he's not. So this is Robbins. He is the 25-year-old stud that we rescued last minute at the sale barn. And he always has his ears back, but he's actually really sweet. He's just just an old man. Just pinch your nose. So we're gonna get his feet taken care of. We'll get his dental, he'll get vaccinated, and he'll just relax. He's got some, I mean, you can visibly see, he's got some tendon damage down in his leg right there. And he stands under himself from lack of muscle. So, I mean, he's 25 though, what do you expect? He's a senior guy. But we're gonna do everything that we can to get him feeling his best self so we can do right by him and set him up for success in our program.
Hi, I'm Walker Reynolds. I'm the farrier out here at All Seed in the Barn, and today we're working on 2 new draft horses. I think we got 4 drafts total that came in recently, and these ones were just long. It looked like they had shoes on at one point. They were barefoot today, but you could see a lot of old nail holes, and the shoes probably just fell off, so today was pretty easy. We just did a maintenance trim on him. This guy was a little more difficult, so he ended up getting put in the stock. The one behind us is standing pretty decent for a draft horse, just getting trimmed regular, so those are the ones we're working on. Yeah, and then another thing that happened today was I saw there was a shoe on the counter in the tack room, and nobody had told me a horse had lost a shoe. They hadn't got to that part yet, but I was just looking at the shoe. It's a size 1 classic roller. It's got a frog sport pad, and that foot was pretty narrow, kind of looked like an upright foot, so I just knew, hey, that's TC. I walked out there, caught him. He's missing his left front, so we just nailed that back on. Yeah, without anybody telling me, I just know that's TC's foot. I've shot him long enough. I recognize the shoes, the feet, how they're shaped.
Sabita, California Mentor. Oh, they love it. They get out and they learn to work and stay busy, and they enjoy getting out. We try to get them a job, try to teach them how to work and what they're supposed to do when they do get a job, and try to teach them everything they need to know to get a job. Different things. We have them in different places in Bakersfield. They learn how to be on time to work and respect people and stay busy, and when they do their applications that they're looking for jobs, they put down where they have worked and what they have done and how many hours they put in, hoping that the owners of a business will go ahead and hire them.
So we just caught 2 horses that are in the quarantine pen. We're just sending them down to get assessed by Brian. That way we can see what we need to do initially with the vetting, because if the horse does not want to be a riding horse, we're not going to spend $2,500 on injections and all the things to get them to be a riding horse if they don't want to be a riding horse. So basically we do an initial assessment. If they don't want to be a riding horse, cool, they stay in quarantine. If they want to be a riding horse, they still go to quarantine, but then we know which direction to move forward with all the vetting that needs to be done.
So that he doesn't have to go in the round pen because he knows he's gonna work. Come on, you little ray of sunshine. You little special horse, you, that I love so much. You're being a monkey butt. Knock it off. Okay, today's lesson is super important, actually. Good morning, everyone. It's Tiffany with All Seated in a Barn. I am here with Orion, and we are going to give you guys a very important lesson today. My first question to you guys is a horse a prey animal or a predator animal? I'm giving you guys a few seconds to think about it, okay? They are, in fact, a prey animal. So what does that mean? It means that they function in flight or fight mode. They're either running when they see the boogeyman, or they're going to go towards it to protect their herd. With that said, today's lesson is what to do when your horse has nervous energy. This totally comes back how we carry ourselves, carry our energy, because we are connected to our horse via our lead line or via our saddle and our reins when we're riding. So this is enough for him to feel my energy. If I feel anxious and nervous and I focus on all of the surrounding sounds and the animals and what's happening around me, and I feel anxious because of that, it's going to translate through our lead line to Orion, and it's gonna make him anxious, and he's gonna wonder, what are we so scared about? What I want you guys to think about today is, what do you do when your horse spooks? Do you hold on to him really tight? You brace and you try to get him to stand still while he's maybe neighing, calling his friends with his head held high? Or do you change his mind? Do you give him direction? Do you give him somewhere to move? So what I want you guys to see is no matter what is going on outside of the round pen, Orion will stay locked on me. This does not happen overnight, and this takes a lot of time. What this gives Orion is the confidence to choose whether or not he should stay with me or he should run in a moment of fear. When you stay consistent with your horses, you actually become the pillar for the strength of confidence that they need. So think about how you react in each situation. Do you panic, or can you stand strong and give your horse a sturdy foundation to think and respond correctly? You can hear all of the side-by-sides around, you can hear the dogs and the people, and you can see that Orion is staying with me. Whoa. Even when a horse calls, he can look, but he chooses to keep his feet here and waiting for my direction. So now I'm gonna ask him to back up. And we're gonna change direction. I like to do a lot of non-contact because this gives him a choice. I'm no longer forcing him to be by my side. I'm not forcing him to follow me. He's choosing to follow me. And you can see when he licks and chews, he's responding to my energy and what I'm putting out there. So now, whoa. If your horse can stay locked on you, and you see how I kicked the lunge whip and he hesitated, but I gave him that confidence, proceed to me. Walk over the line, it's not gonna bite you. Your horse spooks. What are you doing? Are you forcing it to stand still? Or are you allowing his energy to move? Therefore, he's not bracing it inside and he's tense and holding on to it. So when a horse is in the wild and a predator jumps out, their natural instinct is to run. So if your horse gets spooked by something, what I want you to do is draw your horse nearer to you. Give your horse direction so that he doesn't feel like he has to stand still and combust, but instead he can move through and work through his anxious energy. It's the same thing with us. If I see a boogeyman there, I'm not gonna stand here, I'm turning around and running, right? I need somewhere to be able to move my feet to release that pressure that the boogeyman is giving me. A monkey falls out of the tree. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna ask Orion to continue following me and to change direction. If they can stay locked in on you and follow your guidance, they release that tension and that anxiety. He won't be fearful if something jumps out because he trusts in me to give him a new direction to move his feet. Good boy. So, to sum it up, you can become your horse's best friend if you gain their trust in the moments that it matters the most. When your horse is fearful, you need to be the pillar of strength. You need to give them a direction, you need to give them a cue, and you need to tell them it's okay and allow them to move their feet. So often we don't allow them to move their feet and they brace for impact, and therefore that trust is never formed. If we can form that trust on the ground, we can definitely get that trust in the saddle. So that's today's lesson. Your homework is to work with you and your horse and what happens in the scary moments. Remain strong and be a pillar of trust for your horse.
Hi, I'm Kristen with All Seated in the Barn. I'm a volunteer out here. I usually come out on Sundays on my own, but on Wednesdays I come out and help with the Path Point group. They usually come out and help us with everything around here, from feeding treats to cleaning pens, grooming animals, anything they need when they're out here. Today we're kind of just walking around and loving the animals and just having kind of a chill day where no one really has to work. We just get to relax and kind of see what the group from Path Point needs, and today was one of those days where they just needed to hang out with the animals and relax, so that's what we're doing today.
So we got two minis. They're now in donkey pen. They came from Texas, where I was at Jen's place last month. We put them in the baby's pen, and apparently they're little bullies. So now they're in the donkey pen, and now it's just a bigger area for them to play around. So we do have a black and white paint. It has blue eyes. His name is Rogers. They're both castrated, and then we have Lance. Lance is all black, and they're just laid back. They just rather just be in there. It's more open. We also got an owner surrender named Murphy. He has been with us a couple years ago, and now he's back. So he's in the back as well. Right now, I'm going to go and get Bert. Bert is a white Persian giraffe, and we did his eye surgery last week. Right now, I'm going to blue coat his eye because you can see the stitches. Most horses, they know me. I'm like the bad guy. So I'm over here going to doctor him and going to do that. Normally with the blue coat, it's blue and it's purple. So I have all my drugs in the other cabin. We do have our major one inside the other tack room. So we're gonna just do that. Once you see the stitches, like you just wanna cover it so there's no blood flowing in his eye, which is fine, it's normal, it's just draining. Blue lotion. So this is the stuff we use as a room coat. So when we do surgeries or like anything, we add this on it so it could just absorb and then have no blood draining. So Bert, I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna hide it because he knows. Hopefully he's really good about it. It's just, he's a big guy. Hi, big guy. Hi. I'm right here. Yep. Hi. I'm gonna do it right here so you can see it. So you see right here, you can't really see. The stitches is already out, which is totally fine. I'm gonna take a piece of the grud. So he's been rolling. I'm gonna recoat it. Oh, good boy, good boy. I know, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, oh. I know, I see. I know. Okay. Our event day. So with him being spooked like that, it's a spray bottle. So like you have to just make sure you handle it nice and smoothly. It's his blind eye, so he can't really see in that eye. Hi, big guy. I'm sorry. What I just did is I just covered the blue coat all over his eye so no blood is draining. If blood is okay for it to drain, I just want to make sure it's coated with the blue coat lotion. Like next week when we retrack him, she's going to take out the sutures and then she'll slowly take out the sutures out. But yeah, that's what my plan is.
The best way to support us is always through donations, whether that be product that we need or monetary. And you can do that by joining our Patreon, going to the website, or visiting any of our social media platforms for links on the best ways to help us.